What's up? It's your boy Austin. I'm here a little late. I did end up playing Flesh and Blood tonight, so that took most of my night. And then I had trouble logging into the stream studio because I was switching over to Firefox because Chrome's kind of shitty. And then I realized that I didn't have any of the passwords and stuff for the D League. And then I was panicking, trying to text Jameson like, "Hey, give me the passwords and stuff." And then I realized I could literally just open Chrome again and get all that information that I needed. So I'm a dumbass. Um, I'm messing with the screens right now, trying to figure out which one might be best. Yeah, maybe that would work. That's currently my Dynasty League. We don't need to hear about that at the moment. We can get to that later. Everybody shits. Jordan Shittington, you guys are seeing the genius chat that goes on in Guggenheim right now. All right, so we are just wrapping up week 4. This is episode 6, but week 4. Can you believe it, folks? We are not really a quarter of the way through the season, are we? There's what, 17 games now? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Not quite. We're like a quarter in point 2 or something. But for fantasy wise, we are about a third of the way through the season already, almost a third of the way, which is terrifying to think about. I feel like we just got here. The sun, or not sun, the weather finally just got cold in Minnesota as October 2nd hit. It actually feels like football and fall now. And before I know it, it's going to be gone. It's just me tonight because, like I said, it's going to be late, or it is late. And I didn't want to bother everybody. I also wasn't super prepared because I was getting ready for Flesh and Blood that I hadn't played in a month. So we'll just start with what we always do, the NFL stuff. Got to start with this. Actually, first of all, the most important thing, happy birthday, Benda. Benda is 22 today. We got him a shot book. He made it halfway through and then puked all over himself and shit and then went to bed. So happy birthday, Benda. I hope you get, um, well, I don't know what I hope you get. What do you get the man who has it all? Jersey. That'll be my gift to you. All right, on to NFL. So the first thing I got to say, I think everyone was thinking it. Mahomes was paid by Taylor Swift to take out Rashee Rice. I think everyone knows this. Many people are saying it. But just think about this. Throughout the last year, when Kelsey starts dating Taylor Swift, his numbers start tanking. He's washed. He's nothing. Rashee Rice starts taking over. The beginning of this season for the first 3 weeks, he is just on fire. He's like the wide receiver number 1. Kelsey is an afterthought. What happens? Taylor Swift flies in to San not San Diego anymore, L.A. on a private jet. Kills fucking 16 different endangered species on her way over. Says, "Hey, enough. My boyfriend and his dumbass haircut and mustache need some catches. Get this guy off the field." Mahomes says, "Yes, ma'am. If I don't do this, my wife and your best friend will beat the shit out of me. So here we go." And throws just the worst pick I've ever seen. He fucking just crushes his own guy's knee. Probably a torn ACL, although now things seem to maybe be different. Like it wasn't conclusive right away, so he might not miss as much time as everyone's thinking. But whatever, he's probably going to miss most of the season. Maybe they get him back for the playoffs, and then next year he's going to have a suspension. So we're not going to see Rashee Rice for a long time. And I think the fact that this happens just around the time where he's taking over the offense and Kelsey is fading is a little bit too much of a coincidence for my comfort. Just follow the dots, people. Follow the money. Next up, the refs. Oh yeah, so the Vikings beat the living shit out of the Packers. That was incredible. Sam Darnold is him. Um, don't let the final score fool you. couple of stats for you. One, the Packers literally never had the ball the entire game with a chance to win. So let's not pretend that the comeback was on. Number two, the interception that started their like rally was 100% not an interception. Like there's thousands of angles on it on the internet. Just go look at it. The dude clearly didn't catch the ball. But money came in, said, "Hey, we can't have Sam Darnold ripping it up out here in Green Bay. Let's make this a competition. We got to get our boy Jordan Love um, some love, I guess." So that was bullshit. And then yeah, they used, they had the weather channel. They called them in and said, "Hey, we're about to get the ball. We're going to kick off the ball uh, uh, to the Vikings, and they're going to have to stare directly into the sun." They use their like chemtrails and shit to move the sun around so it shined directly into that punter's eyes or the punt returner's eyes, and just blinded him for an easy touchdown for Love. So it was like pretty much everything from on high, trying to rig it, but Kevin O'Connell doesn't give a shit. Sam Darnold doesn't give a shit. Addison, Jordan Radisson, and Jefferson just they're way too good. They're currently matching the 1998 Vikings for points and point differential, and we all know that that ended up with a big Super Bowl win. Obviously, no heartbreak there. So yeah, we're on pace to have a historic season. It's going to be pretty sick with fucking Sam Darnold. It's unbelievable. Next up, Caleb. Caleb looked pretty good. Um, Absolute dime to DJ Moore. I loved that. That was phenomenal. He looked He made some really good throws. He looked a little less panicked out there, even though the O line still does really suck. Um, but Shane Waldron is an absolute terrorist. There was a pretty funny graphic I saw that was like, "Oh, holy shit, Jackson Smith and Jigba was right about Shane Waldron," and it was JSN's route tree with Shane Waldron, and he would run like basically three routes, like straight, slightly to the left and slightly to the right. And then immediately this year you see JSN's route tree and he's all over the place, like so much creativity. It's beautiful. And then now you look at DJ Moore's route tree and it's literally just like, okay, you go straight. Okay, we're gonna throw you a bubble screen and that's it. It's really bad, and it was so bad that it sounded like Caleb and a couple of the other guys had to have like an intervention with Shane Waldron, like, please, for the full love of God, like, stop calling bullshit plays for us. And it helped a little bit, but the Rams defense is atrocious, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt and probably going to bench DJ Moore. All right. Next up, so this is all still NFL stuff. The Saints lost 26-24 and didn't give up an offensive touchdown. That's pretty hilarious. The last time that happened was the Saints, like 20 years ago. I think they've done it like 3 times actually. So, really, really funny game. That was a punt gone wrong. That was a bad pick. That was, Derek Carr becoming Derek Carr again, as we all kind of knew he would. That was a vintage Arthur Smith game with Tyler Edger being the number one running back, Kyle Pitts having a zero. We're back. We're all the way back on the Falcons, baby, and it's disgusting. Um, just as a general thing, tight end is the worst it's ever been. I think I said that last year, maybe 2 years ago, but it is legitimately the worst it's ever been. Every top tight end that you took, like as a okay, tight end sucks. These are the only guys you can get. Have been atrocious. Sam Laporta was the first number one tight end last year. He's a zero. Mark Andrews is a zero. Kelsey was terrible until last game. Um, Trey McBride really good, but he got concussed. Like I guess the number one tight end for the rest of the year is probably like Jake Ferguson or fucking Taysom Hill. If he, I mean, he's injured again somehow after running 2 yards twice, running 4 yards. That's fast math, folks. But yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's a wasted position for all of us. So again, this is something that Canus has brought up a couple times that we should probably just implement it. Like make it a tight end / wide receiver flex spot, and let's just get this shit over with. Like position's so trash. I'm tired of looking at it. Um, Cool. So on to actual fantasy stuff. I must apologize to Taylor Zacher. I was not familiar with your game. My bad. Let's look at the results here. So Zacher is my pick to win the league. I did say he was going to have to get over my corpse to get there because he started out 0-2, and boy, did he fucking ever. He dropped a 166 on my ass. It's pretty rare that you score like 150-ish, like I did, and lose. But here comes Taylor Zacher to absolutely fucking slosh me. This was bad. Well, it was really good actually. It was a hell of a game. But his defense had 26 points. Brandon Aubrey just continues to be unbelievable. I was crawling back with David Montgomery here. 12 carries, 40 yards, and touchdown. That pretty much all happened in like the first half. He had the absolute most beast run since the Beastquake uh, Marshawn Lynch run I've ever seen. That 40-yard reception he had, if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It was fucking awesome. He trucked two people and should have been hit for like maybe a 2-yard gain and just ripped off a 40-yarder. It was amazing. Kittle. Oh, okay. The fucking 49ers game. This was ridiculous. First, so Zacher scores on a touchdown where Fred Warner catches the ball in the middle of the field. It's like the fucking 50-yard line. Falls down when he catches it. Has time to get up and run all the way back for a touchdown. Unbelievable. Like, where the fuck was everybody? Then Brock Purdy throws a 40-yard touchdown to Jordan Mason, and George Kittle is in the game long enough to get a holding call that pulls that touchdown back. And in the same drive, George Kittle catches a 40-yard touchdown pass and then immediately goes out of the game for the rest of the half, like the rest of the game. All he did was go in, ruin my day, and then leave. Look at like what the fuck was that? Granted, it was an incredible catch, but that's I lost by 20 points. That's a 20-point swing right there, right? He had Purdy, so no matter what, that's even. That's the difference right there. That was 10 points for me and 10 points minus Kittle. That's the type of wild shit that happens when I play Zacher. I mean, last year fucking Jaden Reed had an interception bounce into his fucking hands for a touchdown. Like, the guy has me. He has my number. I'm cursed when it comes to Zacher, but now he's on track to win Guggenheim because he is now third in points scored, right behind me. Yeah, right behind me. We're all chasing Tyler Cum. Cum is just finishing all over this league with his points for. But yeah, he's third in points scored and has a tiebreaker over me. Um, yeah, we're 2-2, but we're better than the 3-1 teams. So good on you, Zacher. I'll respect you in the future. That's on me. Let's go to. Oh yeah, this was interesting. Tanner's struggling a bit. He's 1-3. Let's look at last week. So he had Pacheco go on IR. That's fucking brutal. Luckily, I didn't play Carson Steele because that would have been bad. He had. Oh my God, he just lost Rashee Rice. He had Trey McBride, dropped him because he had a concussion, and grabbed Mike Gesicki, who caught one ball for -9 yards. That's frankly unbelievable, and got crushed. So yeah, he basically dropped, somebody that they were drafting. People were drafting like the first 4 rounds, just to plug somebody in because he desperately needs a win here. Um, it didn't pay off, and I ended up grabbing McBride. I bet, or yeah, I put in a bid for $32. Literally nobody else bid on him, which is pretty shocking. But I have him now. This is my current team. Granted, I'm 2-2 and in fourth place. I have the number 1 QB. I have the number 5 running back. I have the number 1 wide receiver. I have a number 15 wide receiver, a number 24 wide receiver. DJ Moore fucking blows, so I won't play him. But David Montgomery is a number 8 wide running back, number 6 running back. So I have 3 top 10 running backs: the number 1 wide receiver, the number 1 QB, the number 1 defense, the number 2 kicker. Yeah, you rattle all these off, and you go, "Wow, that's fucking the best team in the universe." Nope, I'm 2-2 and second in points scored. So there you go. Fantastic. Guggenheim is a gauntlet. Speaking of it, there's no winless teams. Like I said, the number 1 is 3-1, and then there are no no winless teams. Yeah, and there are no undefeated teams. That's what I meant. So yeah, Guggenheim is just top to bottom. Just it's a struggle out here. Herman German. The only thing I wrote was Benda is 4-0. He is the highest points scored across all leagues. He's been the highest. He's been in the top 3 highest scoring for Herman German every week, and he's been the 2-time highest scorer in the league. So if any year it's going to be the time for Benda to get his fucking jersey, it's this year. Like, the team is gnarly. He does have a couple people on bye this week, but it looks like he has some. Not only does he have a couple people on bye, but with his fill-ins, he's projected to score more points than I am, and I don't even think I have anybody on bye this week. I guess I do have Montgomery and Cup still out, and I put in literally anybody else besides Garrett Wilson because he's fucking trash. But yeah, go Benda. This is your time, buddy. He used me picking him not to picking somebody else to win the league as motivation, and that finally got him going. Actually, I talked a lot of shit about Zachar, and I think that's what guys boys going too. Zachar may not know, but I know his body. I know what gets his players going. Let's see, Blipto. The only thing I really wrote down here was Chase Brown went for $50, and I think the next closest bid was 5 to Jim Helt's Num Nums, who is in first. I actually wrote down that this was Jim Helt, but then I had to rewrite it or reread it and go, "Oh, this is the Num Nums." Yeah, good on you. In the same league, Vos dropped an absolutely brutal one. Check this shit out. So he lost by 5, and on his bench he has Justice Hill with 18, Ken Walker with 30. Now, I don't think I blame him for that because Walker was kind of questionable, I think, going into the Monday Night Football game. And he played Jacobs and Hubbard, who, I mean, Hubbard was great. Jacobs should have had a good game. So, what do you do? But having 31 on the bench that's nasty stuff. Yeah, so that's Blipto. Oh, something I missed about NFL stuff was so Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey has Achilles tendonitis in both fucking knees. So we knew he had it in the beginning of the season, kind of. People that drafted him first overall probably didn't. Last week he goes to Germany. That's a great sign when you have to go to another country to be like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then now Shanahan's like, oh yeah, like he's had Achilles tendonitis since for months now. And it's like that should have been information that all of us, including everyone in the NFL, everybody in the world, should know. Shanahan is a fucking snake. Everyone needs to. He needs to be in jail for that. So I don't think CMC is going to play this year, and if he does, it's probably not going to be until the playoffs. And yeah, it's total bullshit. Shanahan should be in jail. Um, let's go on to Newhall. That was just a side tangent that I wrote down. Did I see anything for Peters Cuervo? I didn't, because there's somebody named Placeholder that is an auto draft team only that is currently 2-2. Not taking up a playoff spot, luckily, but we got John Tracy, who just joined last year. Let's go, buddy. And then Bradley in second. That's pretty nice. Wait, 537. Does that beat Benda? No, God no. Ben's almost got 600 fucking points, dude. God damn. All right. So not much from Peters Cuervo, other than go get it, John Tracy. You're the man. On to Newhall. Masker. Masker lost a close one, lost a heartbreaker. Let's check this shit out. Oh my god, there's actually a lot of close ones. Dirks lost by .09. He played Jalen Hurts, which I mean, who wouldn't? But on his bench is Justin Fields with 31. That feels bad. He's been killed by the injury bug. He's got Mostert out for four. He's been out for 4 weeks, but not on IR. Great job, Mike McDaniel. Christian McCaffrey on IR. He just lost Cooks, who wasn't really good anyway. That might be a blessing in disguise. Yeah, it's that's pretty rough. When you're starting Gus Edwards, you know you're in a really bad spot. So that sucks. Go get Emmanuel Wilson or Algier. Why the fuck is Algier out here? What the hell are you guys doing? Go get Algier. He'd be like a number one running back if fucking Bijan went out. Actually, his numbers are terrible, but this is kind of funny. He had 38 snaps, but he has 60 yards, 2 catches. Like this seems like it should add up to more snaps, but I guess when he's just out there, he just immediately gets the ball. Um, Other things in Newhall. Oh, Masker had a rough one. He had both Tony Pollard and Deontay Johnson on the bench. It's casual 34, 35 points. And another guy, a lot of people got trapped with Mike Gesicki, who was outscored by Kyle Pitts' 0 points. You know, Tyreek Hill is basically doomed unless Tua comes back. Joey Buckets is. Oh, Joe Burrow's actually been pretty good. Alvin Kamara is the number one running back. This is kind of wild. Carson Steele and Kyle Pitts combined to get negative .9 points, and still pulls it out. That's nuts. But Masker's still 3-1, whatever. All right, on to Old Hall. This is a big story here, folks. Corey Anderson is 4-0. Now he does have 100 less points than Benda, and is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth in points scored in his own league. But he also has the lowest points against him, I think, across all leagues. So you play who you play, I guess. Corey's got an elite defense. Let's look at this 4-0 team right here. Geno Smith, Jordan Mason, great call. Kyron Williams, amazing. Jamar Chase, damn, that's a 1-2 punch that will win you a lot of games. Brian Thomas, I love. Deontay Johnson's very good. Mark Andrews, bleh. Jordan Whittington, bleh. Montgomery on bye. Cup's coming back. Okay. Devonta Smith will come back at some point. I get it. I'm surprised he's 4-0 right now with these guys out, but that low points against will certainly help. Oh, I actually forgot to say something about my matchup with Zacher. So last week I was 11th in points against, and just playing Zacher vaulted me up, I think 7 spots to now I am like 3rd in points against. So, god damn, I knew that wasn't going to last. Anyway, enough about me. On to presidents. Presidents. We got Hanks at 4-0. So Hanks, 2-time champion by the way, is not only in presidents, but he's fucking dominating. He's 4-0, 503, so he's second in points scored, proving it's not a fluke. And yeah, I mean, I thought I had more to say to that, but that's just really impressive by Hanks. Let's look at Hanks's. Josh Allen, of course, draftjoshallen.com. Ken Walker, The big game from Swift definitely helped. But these two, Walker and Jefferson and Allen, that's a lot of points. Reed and McBride are both very good. He's going to get Brooks at some point. Hanging on to Algier just in case. Like, oh my God, imagine, folks, imagine that Bijan goes down the next couple weeks. Like, this team is unstoppable. All right, that's pretty much it. Oh, Jameson's ripped off 3 wins in a row after starting, losing in the first week, so he's right back in it. Kind of always is. Low points for, but luckily not a lot of competition in Presidents, so he can just keep racking up dubs. We'll go to so waivers. There wasn't a lot. In fact, I don't even think I really wrote much down. I wrote something that says George Toll. George Toll. I have no idea what that means. I can't read my own handwriting. But we do have trades. We have 2 trades actually. 2 trades by the same person. Sorry, I have an inbox message here. Oh, okay. That's nothing. All right. So, Jesus, 10:30 already. God damn, I gotta go to bed. Um, is this Herman German or is it in? It is. Okay, Herman German. So this is Benda's league. We got an 0-4 Zach Elliott who just goes, you know what? Fuck this. All these people suck. We need new blood in here. He did the Colorado. He did the Deion Sanders move. Let's get all these fucking losers off the squad and let's get some goddamn winners. So he went out and a day ago traded Chuba Hubbard and Brian Thomas. Or no, he traded Najee Harris and got Chuba Hubbard and Brian Thomas. Love that trade. I think Brian Thomas is going to be a phenomenal player the rest of the season. Najee is fine, but I think Chuba and Najee are pretty interchangeable. Maybe it's less so when Jordan Brooks comes back, but he is coming off an ACL tear, so it might take a while. Good on you. And then your boy Zach Elliott goes and gets Justin Fields, who's just coming off a 30-point game, and I think he's the number 6 QB, so I think he's going to run a lot. He's going to be good. And then he goes and does this big boy. Oh my God, look at this. So Elliott sends Josh Allen, he sends Michael Shipman, and he sends the Vikings defense. So number probably 2 QB on the year, Josh Allen. Number 1 defense, the Vikings, and then Michael Pittman, who probably is going to be really good with Flacco. And Zach Elliott gets DeAndre Swift, gets Garrett Wilson, gets Brock Purdy, and gets the Dallas Cowboys defense. Okay, I was all hyped about this because I just saw 2 trades from the same person, but this is an atrocious trade. Holy fuck, this is awful. The Dallas Cowboys defense is awful. Brock Purdy is phenomenal. I'll give you that. But he's not as good as Josh Allen. Garrett Wilson is a bust, and they're probably going to be trading for Devontae Adams. And DeAndre Swift had a good game against the. Actually, okay, the Rams defense is very, very bad, but he does have a really good schedule coming up. So you need wins. You need them now. This might be a win now move. I need DeAndre Swift to just shit out a bunch of points and give me a title. I'm trying to find when is Josh Allen's bye. Are the Bills on bye right now? They're not. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's look at Elliott's Zach Elliott's. Oh, he has Achane, Purdy, Swift now, Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Brian Thomas, Isaiah Likely, Chuba Hubbard. Okay. He filled a lot of holes. This is what you need to do if you want to eke one out. So I kind of get it. I kind of don't, but Desperate times lead to desperate measures, right? That's the saying. Um, good work, dude. All right, so I said I was live and nobody said anything, so I'm assuming nobody's watching this, and I'm gonna call it. We had no questions or anything like that. So one last check of my notes. I don't see anything. All right, I gotta go to bed. Bye, everyone.